Your authentic self, aka your true nature, is hidden, and this is how to find it, okay? Everybody that watches this video right now, I want you to know that your authentic self is a lot closer than you think. And I feel like we are all somewhat having some form of a mask on for social media, for other people, not really realizing that your true self is what really is going to attract the people you want in your life and the things that you want in your life. And life will just be a lot more simpler, okay? If you're someone who feels like they know their true selves and you already are close to your authentic self, then this video is not for you. But even if you are open-minded to seeing if you are, keep watching this video, keep watching to the end, okay? So I want you guys to know the first step, right? The first step to knowing that you're not your true authentic self is that you have a level of confidence that's not where it should be. Like, usually if someone's like, if you're authentically yourself and you understand who you are to the true nature, you're gonna walk with this utmost confidence, inner confidence. Like, a lot of us, a lot of people have confidence because of materialistic things like money, status, fame, whatever likes that you get on your photo, you got a lot of, romantic options, whatever it might be. That's like a surface level superficial confidence, which means it can be swayed based on your external reality. That's not real confidence, okay? The real confidence I'm talking about is internal. It comes from you going within yourself. It comes from you journaling and like getting closer with you. Like, you are like your best friend and you just know who you are. And most importantly, you keep the promises with yourself. When you tell yourself you're going to go get up in the morning and do 10 push-ups, you get up in the morning and you do 10 push-ups. And this is what like builds that confidence, because you trust that whatever you tell yourself, you will do. So this is that first step, that you have that authentic nature, the authenticity to yourself is you just have this inner confidence in yourself. You have this inner confidence that everything's going to work out regardless of what's going on externally from you, right? That is a level of confidence that's hard to get to because there's so many layers. Depending on how old you are and how much stuff you've been through, there's so many layers. Like, there's a layer of stuff keeping you from your authentic self. Your authentic self's right here, and there's layers on top of it. This is the version that you show, right? And your authentic self is buried below all of the titles and the superficial conversations and the relationships and the toxicity, all the stuff that the world has put on you ever since you came into this world, right? Because as a kid coming to this world, man, we didn't care about anything. You didn't have any responsibilities. You didn't care about calling someone a name. You didn't care about telling someone the truth. You didn't really think about anything. You just had peace. You were with one. You were in the present moment. And a lot of you probably think, well, I was a kid, I didn't have responsibilities. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you still can't be in that same mentality, because being in that kid-like mentality is what going back to your true authentic self even is, right? So another sign that you obviously, you're like your authentic self or somewhat close to your authentic self is literally you just understand yourself. Like, you understand yourself to a point where someone can tell you, hey, like, they can say something about you and it won't even phase you because you know who you are, right? You know what you're capable of. You know what you're able to do, right? Some people, like, let's say for example, like, your hair color is black and someone says, man, look at this person's hair color purple. Look, his hair color is purple, and they're laughing at you and you're like thinking like, okay, you won't be swayed because you actually know your hair is not purple. Like, you know your hair is black, so it won't phase you. And it's like that type of confidence with anything. Like, people might say, oh, look at that person, say this. You have this confidence that you're not that thing that they're telling you, that, man, it doesn't phase you. That's the level of like authenticity that people have that you want to get to, right? So how to get it? How to get to your authentic self? How to build and find your authentic nature? First steps first is you need to start journaling, okay? Journaling is the most important thing to finding your true self, because what you're doing is you're putting your thoughts on paper. One thing about thinking and thoughts aren't ours, okay? Because if you can think and see them, they're not yours, because they come when you don't want to. And you'll be caught up in the future and you'll be caught up in the past, and neither one of those even exist anymore or even exist yet. So it just really puts you in this state of anxiety and overthinking, and you don't even know what thoughts is yours. Especially if you're an empath. You probably pick up on other people's emotions. You pick up other people's thoughts. And like, you don't understand that, like, man, sometimes what you're feeling is not really you. So putting it out on paper, one, not only just kind of it shows the way you think and you can reread it. Two, it just decompartmentalizes what you're thinking in your brain to put it into a more visual aspect. Because if we're reading something, we can kind of visualize as we're reading compared to if we're just thinking it in our brain, right? So journaling is huge. I've been doing it, and I see that I'm coming to some more of awareness of myself and what I like to do and what I don't like to do, and what I'm doing wrong and where I'm judging myself at, and And it's extremely, extremely important, okay? Finding your authentic self really starts with journaling. You need to get to know yourself. Start journaling. And what I mean by journaling, you don't have to have a specific way to do it. Just pull out a pen and just write your thoughts. Write until you don't feel like writing anymore. Or just write 1 or 2 pages. Like, just journal. Consistently do it, you'll start to see a change, I promise. Even within the first 3-4 days, you're going to see some more awareness. You're going to see, less overthinking, and to an extent, right? Yeah. And number 2, bro, like what I would say for you to obviously find your true authentic nature, what I did, what I have been doing is meditating, bro. And I know that you hear this, this word meditation go around in the self-development space so much that it gets really repetitive, and you probably think like, I don't know how to meditate. It's hard for me to meditate. I can't stay focused. I can't get rid of my thoughts. I can't quiet my mind. That's not what meditation is for. Meditation is not to just turn off your mind and you just sit there and look at blackness. Mindful meditation is really when you just pay attention to your thoughts. You see your thoughts going back and forth, but you connect to the present moment every time, right? So, for example, look at it like a train. You see the train going by, boom, 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 boom. And you may hop on one of the trains, and you're going for a little bit, and you hop off the train. And you might hop on the train again, and it's going, you hop off. And that's really what it is. The trains are your thoughts, right? You want to hop on the thoughts. Like sometimes you might think, okay, I got to go take out the trash, or I got to go take care of this. And you might think about it for maybe 30 seconds, but then you bring yourself back to the present moment. The fan that's in the background. Listen to your breath as you're breathing. Listen to the sound and the frequency that you're playing. Bring yourself to the present moment, to what's happening right now. And the more that you meditate, right, you keep practicing, bring yourself back to the present moment. What do you think is going to happen in your daily life? So let's say you're going out your life and you're doing different things and you find yourself overthinking. You might be at work, or you might be doing something extremely important. You catch yourself overthinking. Overthinking to put yourself into a state of anxiety that your nervous system doesn't even need. But as you practice meditating and you realize that you can bring yourself to the present moment whenever you want, doing this over and over, meditating like this over and over is going to just train your mind to be in the present moment. Before you know it, it's going to be to a point where you're not even consciously aware that you're bringing yourself out of the future. You'll just naturally do it. You'll naturally think about the future and naturally bring yourself back to the present moment. And those of you that are naturally creating the most, making the most money, and are the most competent in this world are the ones that are able to stay in the present moment the longest, because that's where all the ideas come from. That's where all your creative ideas come from. That's where all of the inventions come from, because you're constantly getting downloads from the universe, from God. But if you're not here in the present moment to get it, you're not going to be able to manifest it, right? And that's what I'm learning. Even with all the shit going on in my life, or shit that's going on in your life, there has to be a level of understanding of faith, and 2, staying in the present moment, because that's what's going to want to create the life you want. Worrying about something that hasn't happened or already happened is not going to help it better or make it any better. So staying in the present moment is the only way that you can completely find your authentic self and stay on path where you want to go. Okay? So finding your true authentic self starts with those 2 things. There's a list of things to finding your true authentic self. But those are the 2 things that I'll say to just start off with, and everything else is going to be like a snowball effect. Your true self is way more powerful than who you think. Your true self is able to do the things that you don't think you can do. Like, I promise you, there was a point in time in my life where I was the opposite of who I am now, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And I remember, bro, I used to write this shit down. I used to watch YouTube videos, like how do I become better? How do I empower? How do I become confident? How do I attract more women? How do I talk to women? How do I become likable? Like, how do I get aura, like magnetic? Like, I used to look this shit up, like real shit, and I studied it because it was something I desired. I wanted to be like, it's like GTA. You want to level up your character. In real life, I was doing that. I'm like, how do I level up my character? And the difference between me and some other people is probably that I, like, not only did I research it, but I put it into action. So when you research this show, you watch a video like this, put it into action. Like, as I'm watching the video, someone tell me to start journaling, I'm gonna go find a journal as the video is playing. I'm gonna have my journal out, right? Because you'll watch a video and then you'll go back to doing the same shit you were doing. When you watch a video, Einstein said, man, don't ever try to remember anything. You either look it up or write it down. Simple, right? So if this video applied to you, man, press the subscribe button, because this channel is for you and we're the same person. I'm helping you find your true authentic self, and it's going to put you on the path of success and find your true purpose here on this planet, okay? I love you, Alchemist gang. I'm out. I'll see you in the next video. Let's get it.